Hello and welcome again. So just get something comfy on, or you already have it on. This is round 2 for me. So I did this practice and filmed it earlier, and I'm learning so much about uploading and technology with this shift, which I'm grateful for. But I'm definitely warmed up, and I don't know, I've been speaking to myself a lot. So I'm just picturing everybody ready for this wonderful practice. So I want you to make your way towards a child's pose to begin. So spread your knees nice and wide. You can use a little bit of support to begin, a blanket, a bolster, pillows, anything you need. 2 big toes together, sit bones come back towards the feet. Walk your hands out in front of you and rest your forehead. Most importantly, rest the forehead, no engagement in the back of the skull, the back of the neck, the shoulders. And I just want you to really tune in here. Notice how you feel. Reflect on your day for just a quick moment. Notice the mind. Is it busy? Is it calm? Is the breath shallow? Is it deep? Where's the most tension in the body? Can you soften there? And then right away, use your breath as a tool to let go of everything, your day, workings of the mind, and settle into this place. So breathing in and out through the nose. If you have difficulty at all, feel free to breathe through the mouth. Bring that breath all the way to the bottom of the belly, expanding. Filling up through the ribs and the chest. Notice the breath turn and then feel the air release from the very bottom of the belly first, then the ribs and the chest. And I just want you to match this breath. So you can count to match the inhales and exhales, or just notice the physical sensation, the expansion versus the contraction of the belly. But with every inhale, you're creating space, breathing comfort into your body, and with every exhale, softening and melting. 5 more breaths just like this. After this last exhale, shift your focus to setting your intention. Whatever you want to focus on, cultivate into your life. Believe it, trust it. Maybe it's this quality time that you're embracing or about to embrace. Self-love, self-care, honoring a relationship. Whatever this intention is, you're worthy of it. Sometimes we're our own worst critics, but the universe has your back, and the sky's the limit, so dream big. And then we'll do 1 deep sending breath before we continue movement. So with that next breath in, breathe in through the nose, fill up through the belly, the ribs, the chest, then open the mouth. Sigh it out loud and clear. And from here, right away, I want you to rise up and towards the tabletop position. Walk those wrists directly below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Right away, inhale, dip the belly, open through the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades together. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the back body. Inhale, dip the belly, open through the heart, squeeze those shoulder blades together, gaze forward. Exhale, round. I want you to do 3 more rounds of these cat-cow tilts, and they can be exploratory, so feel free to shift forward and backward in either pose. maybe side to side. You can even roll through the ribs a little. 2 more deep breaths. And then I want you to find a neutral tabletop. Walk your hands forward. Eyes of the elbows towards each other. Tuck your toes. Lean all the way back and come in towards your very first downward facing dog. So walk those legs out, bend one knee then the other. Shift the hips side to side. One of my favorite stretches from downward facing dog. I'll show you a couple. You inhale, lift the heels up. Exhale, drop them both to the right side of the mat. Feel that beautiful stretch through that whole left side of the body. Stay for a breath or two. Feel free to bend the knees and explore into this sensation. And then inhale, heels come back up for a toe downward facing dog. Exhale, drop them towards the left. Feel that beautiful stretch through that whole right side of the body. And then inhale, heels come up. Exhale, bring your feet back down, your heels as low as they can go. And then from here, I want you to inhale, reach your right leg straight up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, feeling a gentle opening through the hip. And from here, you can lower that left forearm down and get a nice hip opener here. And gazing underneath that right armpit, only if it's comfortable. You don't have to include the forearm here, you can just feel the hip stretch. Inhale, square the pelvis, bring that foot straight back towards the earth. Exhale, lower it down. And then inhale, left leg reaches straight up towards the sky. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. You have the option of dropping that right forearm down, gazing underneath that left armpit for a down dog twist. One more breath. Then lifting, straightening the pelvis, or the left leg, squaring the pelvis, drop that foot to meet the right. From here, gently bend the knees, and then I want you to shift forward in towards a high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. One more, just like that. Inhale, high plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Deep bend in the knees, walk, step, or hop forward to meet your hands. Inhale for that half lift, create your nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Inhale, half lift, nice flat back. Exhale, fold forward. Last one, inhale, lift. Exhale, fold forward. And then deep bend in the knees. Really root down through your footing. Reverse swan dive those hands up overhead. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hands cut through the center line. Standing. Find a nice strong Tadasana, standing at the top of the mat. Palms are facing forward, shins forward, thighs back. Scoop the tailbone. Belly buttons engage towards the spine. Shoulder blades are rolled back. Take 3 breaths here. Feeling powerful in your mountain pose. With your next inhale, float your arms all the way overhead. Exhale, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Inhale for your half lift, create a nice flat back. Exhale, plant the hands, step back to plank. Or from here, you can always hop in towards chaturanga, but make sure you have bent elbows so you're not landing into straight arms and jarring your shoulders. So if you're gonna hop in towards the chaturanga, it's a deep bend in the knees, hop back, and then right away it's pretty much flipping the toes. Inhale towards that upward facing dog. Exhale back to down dog. You always have the option of knees down, lower down in your plank. You can also do a cobra instead of upward facing dog. Yogi's choice. Take a breath, exhale, deepening. Deep bend in the knees, hop, step, or walk all the way forward to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, fold. Root down through the feet. Reverse swan dive your hands up overhead. Exhale, back bend. Inhale, rise through center. Exhale, hands cut through the midline and release. Inhale, arms swoop. Exhale, dive forward. You can always do prayer hands. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, but I just want you to step it back towards your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches straight up. And then exhale, gently cross that leg to plant the foot on the outside of the left foot. So your right leg is crossed over the left. Take a breath here in your cross-legged down dog. Exhale to deepen. And then gently bend, micro bend in the knees. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale, find a deep forward fold. And notice the different sensation just having your legs crossed here. Feel free to shift your hips side to side. Find a little wiggle. I need to de-layer for a quick second. Sorry guys. And then from here, gently crawl back forward, coming in towards a plank position with your right leg crossed over the left. Right away, pivot onto the outside edge of that left foot. You can either stack your feet or plant your right foot behind the left for a little bit more stability. Make sure your wrist is below the shoulders. Inhale, right arm reaches up towards the sky. Stay here for 3 breaths. Last breath. Exhale, lower the hand. Shift forward, back and towards that plank. Uncross your feet. Take a breath through center. Exhale, lower down for that vinyasa. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot reaches straight up towards the sky. Exhale, cross that left foot over the right. Take 1 breath in your cross-legged down dog. Inhale, lengthening. Exhale, deepening. Micro bend in the knees. Gently walk your hands back towards your feet. And a cross-legged forward fold. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. And stay here for 2 more deep breaths. Crawl your hands all the way forward to the top of the mat. From here, just like the last side, root that right palm down, pivot onto the outside edge of that right foot, and you can either stack your feet or pivot them side by side. Inhale, left arm reaches up. And 3 breaths. Lower your hand, pivot back towards that plank position. You always have knee down option. Take a deep breath in, exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. From here, we're gonna be 5 breaths. You can drop your knees, come into child's at any time. Have a little sip of water if you need. And then gently bend the knees. Walk all the way forward to meet your hands at the top of the mat. I want you to, if you can, micro bend the knees. Place your hands directly below the feet. And this is a beautiful little wrist stretch. If you can reach it, otherwise find a ragdoll hang. Find that equal inhale, equal exhale. 1 more deep breath for a little wrist release. You can roll the wrists if you're in that ragdoll hang. Prayer hands, reverse prayer hands. And then gently release. Micro bend in the knees. Hands come to the hips and just take a deep breath in to rise up. And then preparing for chair pose. So at the top of the mat, bring those 2 big toes together, a little gap between the heels. Deep bend in the knees. I want you to reach your arms all the way forward. Squeeze those shoulder blades together. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower down to a hover over those legs. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more times, really feeling the power of that back body. Exhale, lower. Last one. Whew. And then from your chair, I want you to inhale, lift. Exhale, straighten through the legs, fold forward. Inhale for your half lift. Plant the hands, step back towards that high plank. Lower down for your chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, move back in your down dog. Inhale, right away, reach that right leg straight up towards the sky. And then as you exhale, step that foot or help that foot, step between the thumbs. And I want you to anchor that left heel down, root down through your footing, engage your core. Take a deep breath in, rise to your warrior one. Warrior one, take a breath to reach. Exhale, hands reach out towards the side. Take another breath, lengthen, and then I want you to wrap that left elbow underneath the right. You can do a self-hug, touch back of hands, wrap all the way around. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, hands away from the face. Take another breath to lengthen. And then exhale, hinging at the hips. Hover over that front leg, folding forward. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. And then inhale, lift. Keep your arms where they are. Root down through that right foot. Step forward and put a deep bend in the knees, chair legs. And now, unravel those arms, reach them up towards the sky. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen through those legs. Exhale, dive forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant your hands, step back and towards that high plank. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to down dog. And then 5 breaths before the second side. Lengthening, exhale, deepening. Notice the difference between the sides of the body here. Notice if those heels are coming a little closer towards the earth. Deep bend in the knees, and then gradually hop, step, or walk all the way forward to meet your hands at the top of the mat. Inhale for that half lift. Exhale to fold. Root down through the footing, take a deep breath in, rise up. Exhale, hands cut through the center line. And release. Bring those 2 big toes together again. And then little gap between the heels. You can also do hip width apart for more stability. Deep bend in the knees. Inhale, arms reach up. Chair. This time you can clasp those hands behind the back body for a different sensation, a beautiful chest opener. Take a deep breath in to lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. Trying to keep the knuckles away from the low back. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale to lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. From here, release those hands, reach them up towards the sky. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Inhale, lengthen those legs. Exhale, dive forward. Half lift, deep breath in. Plant the hands. You have an optional vinyasa here or step back towards that down dog. For the vinyasa, high plank to low. Chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, back to that downward facing dog. Right away, left foot reaches up towards the sky. 3-legged dog. As you exhale, step that foot between the thumbs or help it. Anchor your right heel down. Inhale, lift up and towards your beautiful warrior one. Hips are face forward. Inhale, reaching. Exhale, hands come out towards the side. Take another breath, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow comes under the left. Self-hug, touch back of hands or wrap all the way around. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, hands away from the face. Take another breath, lengthen. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward, over that front leg. Inhale to lift. 2 more, just like this. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Keep your arms where they are, root down through your left foot. Take that step forward, sink a little deeper. Inhale, unravel those arms, reach. And then I want you to exhale, sink one more breath as deep as you can go. Inhale, lengthen those legs. Exhale, dive forward. One more breath in your forward fold. And then bring your fingertips towards the earth. I want you to put a deep bend in the knees. Lower your sit bones all the way down. And then all the way to the back body. Legs up. Right leg crosses over the left leg. Right arm crosses under the left arm. If this is uncomfortable, you can touch back of hands or root the outside edge of that right foot towards the calf. Inhale. And then I want you to do an exhale, crunch the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, lengthen toes and fingertips towards the earth. Exhale, crunch. 4 more. 3, 2, 1. And then I want you to unravel. Right away, switch sides. So cross that left leg over the right, left elbow under the right. Inhale. Exhale, crunch the elbow to the knee. Inhale to lengthen, toes and fingertips touch the earth. Exhale to crunch. 4, 3, 2. Last one. And then unravel. Good job, guys. Plant your feet on the outside long edges of the mat. Move your hands out of the way. Do some big knee drops side to side. Big windshield wipers. Stretch through those obliques. Eagle abs. Take 2 more breaths. Equal inhale, equal exhale. And then hug the knees in, cross the ankles, rock and roll forward. I want you to right away root down through the feet, plant the hands, step back in towards a downward facing dog. Good job. Table and then down dog if you need to. And then inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, plant that foot between the thumbs, stay high on the ball of your left toes. Take a deep breath in, rise towards a high crescent lunge. And then reach your left arm out in front of you, right arm comes back behind you. Preparing for a crescent lunge lean, so feeling the polarity of this pose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge forward, leaning. 1 more breath. And then I want you to inhale, pivot open. Pivot that back foot open to a warrior 2. Take a deep breath, expanding. And then exhale, coming in towards a side angle. Bring that right elbow to the knee. Left arm either reaches up towards the sky or tricep by the ear. 2 breaths. Notice the length from your left outside heel towards your left fingertip. Inhale, rise up to that warrior 2. Exhale, ground down through the footing. Inhale, straighten through your front leg. Exhale, hinge all the way forward and fold. Triangle or Trikonasana, 2 breaths. Inhale, reaching for that imaginary star up in the sky. Exhale, sinking a little deeper. Being mindful of that front knee always. Micro bend in the knee, take a deep breath in, rise up. Hands come to the hip. I want you to root down through that right heel, pivot the foot so it matches the top edge of the mat. So micro bend in the knees here if you need. And take a deep breath in, lengthen through the spine. As you exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. You can stay here with a nice flat back. You can lower down, maybe forearms come towards the earth. Maybe your hands walk towards that outside edge of the mat. Wherever you are, felt a little weird with my butt just showing at you guys, so I'm gonna do it this way. Wherever we are, Making sure the knees are not screaming at you. And I want you to breathe for 4 more deep breaths. You can engage the quads to protect the legs here. Grounding down through the feet, not lifting anywhere whatsoever. And then I want you to gently lift the spine to come out. Heel toe your stance a little closer together so you can deeply bend the knees. And then I want you to gradually, I'm opposite of you now, so walk your hands towards that right foot and pivot all the way forward. Drop the left knee down, low lunge. Inhale, reach your arms up towards the sky. Exhale, open through the heart. Not compressing the back body, still keeping that core engagement. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower those hands to frame your front foot, and then just bring that right knee back to meet the left. Coming towards an embryo pose. Rest the belly on the thighs, rest the forehead. Take 3 breaths. Letting go of that little bit of vulnerability in the legs. Feel free to rock side to side. Rock your forehead side to side. Gradually bring those hands forward if you did lower them down. Root down through the palms, lift up and towards that downward facing dog. Pedal it out for a breath or 2. And then find that still down dog. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepening. Inhale, left foot reaches straight up towards the sky. As you exhale, step your foot between the thumbs. Stay high on the ball of your right toes, of the right foot, and inhale, rise towards a crescent lunge. Prepare for that crescent lunge and lean. So hips are forward, find that core engagement. Right arm reaches forward, left arm reaches back beside the hip. Inhale, reaching, feeling the polarity between both sides of the body. Exhale, leaning forward to a hover. 1 more breath. And then pivot your back foot at the same time, windmill open towards a warrior 2. Beautiful little transition. Warrior 2, take a breath, expand. Exhale, ground down through the footing. Inhale, straighten through that front leg. Exhale, hinge all the way forward and fold. Triangle pose or Trikonasana. You can have a micro bend in that front knee if you need to. You can always use a block here for support. 1 more breath. Micro bend in your front knee. Inhale, rise. Bring those hands to the hips. Straighten through your front leg. Pivot that foot so it matches that short edge at the top of the mat. Micro bend in the knees if you need to. This time, for your wide leg forward fold, feel free to add a chest expander. You don't have to, unless you want to. Lengthen through the spine. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. So here, try to keep your knuckles away from the sit bones and lowering down as much as you can go. If your hands are reaching up towards the sky, picture someone holding you like one of those rag dolls. 2 more deep breaths. Gently release your hands down. Micro bend in the knees. I want you to gently walk and pivot forward, meeting your left foot, drop your right knee down. Inhale, lift up and towards that low lunge. Exhale, open through the heart. Inhale, lift. Exhale, swoop your hands to frame your front foot. Tuck your back toe so the knee lifts. Step back and towards that high plank. Take a deep breath. Exhale, lower. Inhale, cobra or up dog. Exhale, meet back in your downward facing dog. Inhale, right leg reaches up towards the sky. Exhale, step that foot or help that foot step between the thumbs. Inhale, rise and towards your crescent lunge. Root down through that right foot, find a focal point, and when you're ready, I want you to cross that left leg over the right. So you can do kickstand, you can push that foot towards the calf, you can wrap that foot all the way around. Now add the arms, reach your arms out towards the side. Wrap that left elbow under the right. You can stay here with a self-hug. Back of hands are wrapped all the way around. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, hands away from the face. Take another breath and lengthen. Exhale, you can stay here, or else bend the hip or hinge at the hips, folding forward, perching your eagle. And take for one more deep breath, challenging your balance. Gently inhale, lift if you lowered. I want everyone to very gradually unravel that left leg, kick it back behind you. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. You can have a micro bend in that right knee for a little bit of a shock absorber. Take one more breath. And then I want you to deeply bend that right knee, tip back like a teapot. Now unravel, reach those arms up. Whew, feels like heaven. From here, gently bring those hands to the hips. I want you to take a slight step forward. 2 straight legs here. So the wider your stance, the more stability you'll have. The closer the stance, the more challenging it'll be. Hips are faced forward, shoulder blades are rolled back. Take a deep breath in, lengthen. Exhale, hinging just at the hips. I want you to stay here with a nice flat back, just feeling a deep stretch through that right leg. 2 more deep breaths. And then coming in towards a cow fold. And I have another little surprise for any of you that love inverting yourself. I want you to slowly micro bend that right knee. Bring your fingertips towards the earth. And then bring the outside, or bring your left knee to the outside of that right foot. Now drop your right knee down. Stack the right knee on top of that left foot. From here, I want you to sink all the way back onto the sit bones. If this is too much through the low back, through the sit bones, feel free to come in towards a half lotus variation and just keep your legs stacked like this. You can lean forward or lean back. It's all about the right hip here. And for anybody that wants to play around a little this evening, if you want to come in towards an eagle headstand variation, we're going to come into the pose and out of the pose the exact same way. So you can stay here and stretch, or you can invert yourself by leaning forward, plant the crown of the head towards the earth, make sure your hands are rooted down evenly, preparing for a tripod headstand. And only doing this if you're confident in your inversions. I want you to gently walk your toes in towards the body and then begin to lift one leg at a time. You can recross those legs and lift up and towards your eagle headstand variation. Breathing for at least 5 breaths. It's easy to be still as we hold our breath. It's breathing and being still that's the challenge. So to get out of the pose, you lower your feet down, lower the knees down, and when you lift yourself up, you're exactly the way that you came into the pose. Take one more breath, feeling your stretch in your cow fold. And then I want you to very gently lean all the way back. Straighten out those legs, and then right away roll over them, coming towards an embryo pose. So just letting go of that little bit of vulnerability through the body. Letting go of that inversion. Breathe. One more breath into the back body. Walk your hands forward. Root down through the palms. I want you to tuck the toes. Sit bones reach up towards the sky. Downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches straight up. As you exhale, step that foot between the thumbs. I want you to stay high on the ball of your right foot. Inhale, rise towards that high crescent lunge. Inhale, lift. Exhale, ground down. I want you to look at your footing, and then I want you to cross that right leg over the left leg. Reach your arms out towards the side. Cross your right elbow under the left elbow. Inhale, elbows up. Exhale, hands away from the face. You can stay here or perch your eagle by hinging at the hips, Bringing the elbows to the knees, folding forward. 2 more deep breaths, challenging your balance. And then inhale, lifting. Very mindfully, unravel that right leg, kick it straight back behind you. Warrior 3 with eagle arms. 2 breaths. Last breath. Deep bend in that right knee, tip back like a teapot, and then unravel, reach those arms up towards the sky. Reach, exhale, ground down. Take another breath and then lower those hands to meet the pelvis. Take a slight step forward. Parsvottanasana. So the wider the stance, the more stability you'll have. Pelvis is square towards that straight edge at the top of the mat. Shoulder blades rolled back. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, hinge at the hips, fold forward. 2 more deep breaths. Last breath. Micro bend in that front knee. Lower your fingertips towards the earth. Bring your right knee to the outside edge of that left foot, and then stack your left knee on top of that right knee. And then sink back in towards your cow, your seated cow fold, or variation. The stretch through the pelvis. From here, root down through the feet and make sure your sit bones are evenly rooted in towards the earth. Let that the left hip be really, really heavy here. I'm gonna lean back. And those of you that wanna practice doing a headstand from here, you simply lean forward, bring the crown of the head towards the earth, walk your feet in. Make sure your hands are really rooted down evenly. And when you're confidently ready, lifting your legs one at a time. Finding your eagle headstand, 5 breaths. And it's okay to be in the stretch too. If you are at home, maybe practicing headstanding next to the wall. It's just headstands are very important that you're not putting a lot of pressure and rounding through the neck. You have to be really strong there. And it scares me. I would rather people practice handstands because you're pretty much protecting your neck there. So let's all take a breath together in this cow fold. One more time, lengthen, deepening. And then I want you to very gently lean all the way back, straighten those legs out, let it go. Maybe little punches on the outside edge of the hips. Roll over the legs, come all the way towards the belly. Bring those hands out in front of you. So depending on how you're feeling the back body, you have the option of doing just hands, you don't have to do arms and legs, sorry. So take a deep breath in, lifting all limbs off the earth. Exhale, slowly lower down for 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. 2 more. Inhale, reach. Exhale, lower down. Last one. And then make pillow hands. Rest your forehead. Maybe rock the pelvis side to side. Let that go. Sigh it out if you need to. And then coming in towards either that snake, if that was enough for you. If you want to come in towards a deeper variation, you can come in towards bow. So it's bending those legs, reaching for the tops of the feet. You can flex your toes so your feet become like a little handle. Keep those shoulder blades rolled back and start lowered with your next breath in. We'll just hold it for 3 deep breaths. I want you to reach your feet into your hands and vice versa. And your body may rock as you breathe. And then to get out of your bow pose, I want you to very gently bend the knees, not slingshotting those legs towards the earth. Make those pillow hands again, let that go. Maybe rock the pelvis side to side. And one more breath into the back body, then bring those hands directly below the shoulders. Tuck your toes. Lift yourself up and towards table. Wrists are right below the shoulders, knees below the hips. Inhale, dip the belly, open through the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin, round through the back body. Inhale, dipping, opening. Exhale, tuck the chin and round. 2 more rounds. Exhale. Last one, taking all the time you need. And then I want you to very gently walk those knees in. Bring the sit bones towards the earth and create a huge diamond here with your feet. So slowly bringing those hands towards the top of the feet. And here I want you to find relaxation through the whole upper back and the shoulders. So let it all go. Normally I prevent rounding through the back body, especially here in yoga. But when we do it with awareness, it can be restorative. So softening, directing the breath into all the tension through the upper back, through the shoulders, through the back of the neck. Expanding with every breath in and just finding that ragdoll sensation with every single exhale. Notice where you're naturally resisting. 3 more breaths into the tension. Make sure your head is soft and long, no tension in the back of the neck. You can always rock your head side to side here and notice. Gently release your hands from your feet. Tuck your chin, slowly roll up 1 vertebrae at a time. And then I want you to bring those legs together. Gently make your way all the way to the back body. So those of you that did not do a headstand for an inversion today, you have an option to do a bridge pose, which is feet are directly below the knees, arms are placed by your side, skull's rooted down, nose stays straight up, never turning your head here. And you can root down through the feet evenly, lift the pelvis, you can stay here. You can play around with your legs if you want to. Wow. If you want to do something a little different, you can do a plow pose, maybe turn it in towards a shoulder stand. So plow is when you rock the legs over the body, hold the low back. It's pretty much like an upside down forward fold. So you can stay here, resting the knees on the outside of the skull. You can walk your hands higher up the back body, begin to straighten through the legs. You can play around, scissor kicking, whatever you do with one side, try to match with the other. So your variation of your inversion today, yogi's choice. And wherever we are, I want you to hold for 5 more deep, deep belly breaths. Normally I watch everybody to make sure you're doing it safely here, so make sure you're comfortable in listening to your body. And the best part about both of these inversions is taking all the time you need to roll down 1 vertebrae at a time. So I want you to begin, if you're in plow, you can use the support of your hands to lower down, but I like to lower those arms and truly use your core to bring the rest of the body down. Bridge pose, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Take all the time you need, guys. If there's any areas that feel good to like go back down and go back up, feel free. Explore. And then once you're all the way lowered, the only counter pose for that is a fish pose. So coming in towards a modified variation of a fish today, I want you to engage your legs so you can floint or flex the feet. Walk the hands directly below the sit bones. Come up on towards the elbows. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. And then dipping the head back, straight back behind you, never turning your head here when you're lower down. So you don't have to put pressure on the crown of the head. Dip the head back. To get out of the pose, inhale, bring your chin straight towards the chest. I want you to gently release one hand at a time, lower back to the back body. Give both knees a squeeze. Nice rock side to side. And then using your right hand, I want you to drape both knees to the right side of the mat. Reposition yourself on that right hip, and then either you can create more of a stretch by straightening the legs and reaching for the feet. Then try to anchor that right shoulder down. Be mindful to have support here for the shoulder if you need. Breathing into the very bottom of the belly. So with every breath, you're directing the breath. Expanding with every exhale. You're melting, feeling that little gentle pull, a tug of war each way. You can gaze towards that right hand, only if it's comfortable for the neck. Notice where your body's naturally resisting. Of course, if your legs are straight, it's more of an effort stretch. You inhale, lengthen, exhale, deepening, almost like a forward fold. So if you did come in towards that deeper twist, I want you to bend the knees now. Let gravity open you up. Stay for another 5 breaths. The higher the knees come in towards the chest, the higher the twist will be. And if there's any numbing or tingling through this left palm, just bring the hand in towards the belly. We don't want to cut off any circulation. Inhale, lift your gaze, followed by the knees. Give your knees a gentle little squeeze, little rock side to side, just to realign the back body. And then use that left hand, take both knees over towards the left. Scoot your bum over towards the right, just a little. And then try to anchor that right shoulder down. Palm facing up or down. Deep breaths into the bottom of the belly, straightening the legs here for a little bit if you did on that last side. And you might notice one side is a little bit more restricted. That's completely normal. Breathe. Notice how you can soften here with every single exhale. Letting go a little more. Deepening into the twist. If you did straighten your legs, I want you to bend your knees and then stay for 5 more deep breaths. Inhale, lift your gaze, followed by the legs. Give both knees a gentle little squeeze, little rock side to side here. And then coming towards a happy baby pose. So grabbing the outside edges of the feet. Picture reaching your feet, pulling your feet down, and feeling that deep groin stretch. Root the back of the skull down, slight tuck of the chin. You can rock side to side here. And I want you to just find that deepest stretch you can. We're going to hold for 5 breaths here. Make sure you're not resisting in the face, the mouth, the jaw. Turn that frown upside down. Make it the happiest baby of all. Oh my God, I'm a rhymer now. And then take one more breath. No, it's going to be a little vulnerable, so feel free to straighten one leg at a time if you want to. Here, I invite you to do any last movement that your body is calling you to do to prepare for the most important pose. And then, getting comfy. So grabbing anything you need for warmth, for comfort, bolsters, blankets, clothing, sips of water, preparing for the most important pose. Our Shavasana experience. So I want you to make yourself, or make your way in towards that lying down position. Palms facing up here if you feel like receiving. Palms face down if you feel like grounding. And then relaxing absolutely everything. Let your feet just follow towards the side. Relax your ankles. Soft through the shins, the calves. Relax your knees. Relax the thighs. Notice where the legs connect. Soft through the groin, the sit bones, the pelvis. Relax the torso. The entire front body, the belly, the ribs, the chest. Find that organic breath, not gasping for air. Relax the back body, even the parts that don't touch the ground, still feeling supported. Relax your shoulders, softening down the arms, softening the hands. Let the fingers curl in wherever they are. Relax the back of the neck and the throat. You can take a swallow. Root the back of the skull down and then soft through the scalp, the ears. Relax the face. Relax your mouth, the jaw. Soften the inner and outer corners of the eyes. Relax that third eye, space between the eyebrows. And last but not least, relax the mind. Minds organize and sort and judge, that's what they do. So not getting frustrated, just becoming that objective observer to all you experience. You're in the right place, this is the right time. Letting go of everything else for this next little while. Shavasana. like you to gradually bring that awareness back in towards the body. Take in deeper breaths. Wiggle the fingers, wiggle the toes. Maybe roll those wrists and ankles. Maybe a stretch overhead, or hug the knees in towards the chest, whatever your body is calling you to do. And then gradually make your way onto the right side of the body. This is accommodating for the heart. Make a little pillow with that right bicep, and let everything come back to you from that Shavasana experience. When you feel ready, root your left palm down, push it in towards the earth, lift yourself in towards that gentle seated position, and set up a brief state of observation. Sitting comfortably, crown of the head's reaching up towards the sky, shoulder blades roll down the back body, and close your eyes here. Notice how you feel post-practice. Notice how you feel after connecting your breath with your body and dismissing the workings of the mind. We are yoga, and we do these exercises just to come back to ourselves. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling up through the belly, the ribs, the chest. Open the mouth, sigh it out loud and clear. And with your next inhale, flutter open your beautiful eyes. Oh, the sun came out. Bring those hands to the heart. May this practice bring clarity of thought, sweetness of speech, and openness of heart from my heart to yours. Namaste. And our message from our angels, or Path of the Soul cards for today. Number 6. Breakthrough. There is a thin veil which separates us from other dimensions of existence. You are now energetically breaking through this veil. You may be experiencing knowings or feelings of other dimensions. Your consciousness is moving beyond a third dimensional realm. Embrace the moments of clarity and understanding that flow with this greater knowing. As you break through the veil, you are in closer contact with your guides and other divine beings who are here to aid you on your journey. And a little food for thought, just because of everything that's going on. Strength. We did a little strength building today. Tune into your inner strength and never doubt your human spirit's power to overcome any obstacle. Be focused on your work and what you need to do in a way that demonstrates great composure and maturity. We need to be conscious of our instinctual urges and reactions and bring them into balance with the meaning of life. Look at every situation from a place of love and compassion. And I think that's a great reminder for us all, right here, with everything that's going on. So have a wonderful evening. From my heart to yours. Mwah. Good night.